recording.
Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world of ours, and welcome to the exciting installment of Darkness in Dublin. This evening's scene takes place at the Hotel Imperial, located in the heart of the metropolis. This grand Baroque hotel was first built to service the upper gentry in the 1850s and has since seen many renovations and facelifts. The rooms in question that have been arranged, more than likely by Francis Beaumont for his sire's shall we say, recuperation. I believe the way he phrased it was he would take the top 2 floors of suites because, and I quote, "I will not live like a peasant," were uttered. But he has now had suitable time and blood to recover himself, and so he is now throwing a delightful little soiree. It is to be personal, it is to be intimate, it is to be Toreador. Which of course means that we will be judging your choice of footwear most extremely. So, with this in mind, we will go from my left to right, and you may introduce your characters. Darling Francis, you are first.
Why, Francis enters the soiree in only of the finest of footwears. Made by blind monks in a monastery within the Himalayas. Well, because those mountains are taller than the ones in Venice. Yeah, he is elaborately dressed. Trying to appeal to his sire's tastes. Well, grandsire's taste, best of his knowledge.
As you enter, what has happened is there's a large receiving room, which is basically at the center of the suite that Vallon himself is occupying. It is a semicircular room. There is a bar to one side. It is clearly meant for small, intimate gatherings. There is an entire string quartet off to the side that are playing soothing music. As you look at them, though, you could walk up to them and move your hand in front of their eyes. They don't seem to react other than play their instruments, but by God, they're there. There are several individuals who are wending and twisting their way through the room with fabulous foie gras, caviar, delightful delectations, and small flutes that contain nothing but the finest champagne. Because we are Toreador, damn it. The former, or the Prince of Paris in exile, because no one has dared to say he is not the Prince of Paris anymore.
Good.
That would end in the most hilarious Toreador hissy fit the world has ever seen.
And character death.
And character death. He's dressed very minimally. He's dressed in a dressing gown, in like one of those silken dressing gowns that has a monogered golden thread that runs through it, with his initials on just over the breast, and he is wearing a light undershirt. But as you enter, he stands up, and you have to make me the Toreador clan weakness roll, because he does have that high appearance 7.
Yep. I'm gonna spend willpower, because life choices. Good life choices right there. I succeed.
So did you say succeed?
Yeah, I succeed.
Okay. He walks up and he places one hand on each one of Francis's shoulders, and he leans in and he kisses you on each cheek.
Oh, it is reciprocated.
Beg your pardon?
It is reciprocated.
Ah, darling child, it is so good to see you again. Are you well?
Very well, very well.
Come. He will put his arm around your shoulder, and he will walk you back over. He was sitting on a very small couch, and he will sit down, and he will basically put you sitting next to him, as the others arrive. So you will basically just be sitting on this small couch. Um, and next up, we will have our Kia seed friend, Jonah.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm gonna BRB. So sorry. Please jump to the next one.
Next up, we will have Nelson and Katya, because I think that Nelson is being brought by Katya, who is wealthy Tremere friend.
Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't have money for shit, so he was like, my sir told me to come. Can you dress me? Because I don't have any money.
Yes, Katya would have dressed him because, she's good at that kind of thing. And she herself is dressed in, a long black lace gown with a pair of Louboutins on her feet because she loves her Louboutins.
It's quite funny, actually, when you consider the fact that every one of you are dressed up to the nines. However, because of his stupidly high appearance score, he has made no effort and still looks better than all of you.
Yep.
He doesn't need to make an effort.
He doesn't need to make effort at appearance 7.
You do not need to make an effort.
When you make an effort, that's just, overkill.
But as you enter, he will incline his head and he will say, don't tell me, Von Essen, Primogen Katya von Essen.
Of course, my prince. Seneschal.
Good evening, Catcher dearest.
And who is this divine creature who you bring before me?
Well, now, I am Mael Fontaine of Clan Gangrel, chowder of Joffrey Lee.
He will ask, do you speak French? In French?
In Theolorense, yes, I spent most of my mortal. Yeah, she'll say I spent most of my mortal life in France.
Bon. I'm curious. He stands, and his expert eye flicks to what kind of suit has Katya dressed him in?
She would have gone bespoke. It is tailored perfectly.
A new suit, I see, monsieur.
So I didn't get that.
Oh, he says, a new suit, I see, monsieur.
Yes, thanks to my friend, and he'll look at Gotcha.
You know I do love to spoil my friends, darling.
He leans in, and he whispers, let me give you a piece of advice, Mondi. The fact of the matter is that when you are surrounded by sharks, never let them know that somebody else has bought your life preserver.
And he'll smile. And nod.
Is that not right, darling Francis?
Well, I'd be offended if someone considered it incorrect.
Delightful. Please, see to your delectations. We will then go back to Saskia, who's just come back, so I still have my order intact.
Come on.
Okay.
Fucking hell, Shakes fist.
Hmm?
I don't know.
I'm just being prejudiced against elves. It's fine.
It's fine.
You can be whatever you want. Yeah, Anais will walk in, and she is, or actually, the keeper accompanies her, as in she's the keeper's +1. So yeah, that would also bring in.
All right. In that case, Monsieur Rothschild, you will enter with Anais, so that is fine.
All right.
How is Mr. Rothschild dressed this evening?
Um, in a suit, but a suit, uh, no, with a, how would you say, with a design that is on the top slightly like a broken mirror. It's nice, but it's odd when you look at it. It is yeah, it's stylish with a hint of, wait, what?
Darling grandson, introduce me to these fine people.
Francis gestures to the keeper, and he will simply say, "Why, my prince, this is our fine keeper, the good, the good gentleman Alexander Rothschild, and this curious little creature is Anais of Alkilin of the Kiasi bloodline."
You are a member of Marconius's family, no?
Oui, he's my grandsire, Your
Ah,
Excellency.
delightful, delightful man. He and I used to play, how would you say, he is one hell of a card player. I have lost many interesting evenings in his company. Welcome to my party, madame.
She will bow.
And you, monsieur, are you perhaps of the Rothschild fame? I knew Rothschild during the war in Paris, but that was a very long time ago.
With a, I wouldn't say well trained way of speaking French for the first time before other people. He tries to converse in France, which is much broken because it's a new language for him. But he tries his best, and he answers the question with, "I am from a line. Don't believe that line
Oh,
because I know that many of my family are of Giovannian descent, which I am not."
fascinating, I have no doubt. He responds in English. And we will then move on. Talbot! Talbot! You're up next.
All right, Talbot comes in wearing his usual Talbot-like attire. He's got some loose robes on. He appears to be wearing combat boots where he normally would have sandals on. And of course, he has the traditional Sikh turban. His is a deep blue tonight. The past couple weeks, ever since killing Ishar, he's had a smile on his face. Now he's back to his basic self. He doesn't look depressed or anything, but he just kind of looks casually disinterested in most things.
I will point out, sorry for the record, before you came up, there was security everywhere on these two floors, so you will have been stopped, you will have been basically checked for weapons, and you will have been disarmed.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, then I don't bring my umbrella.
That's fine. And who might this gentleman be, grandchild?
Oh,
For the record, I will point out, you get the impression the reason he is asking Francis is he is basing a lot of his reaction to the person on Francis's response to their name or who they are, and if it seems favorable. Just saying.
Francis responds with a bit of curiosity to Talbot because he doesn't actually know him that well at all. How does Talbot look, by the way? Like, what's his general complexion? Is he young, old looking? Does he tall, short, etc.? Oh, am I gone?
No, you're here.
No, you're here. I heard you. Robert's just not responding.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear what was being said.
I was just wondering, like, is Talbot young, old, middle-aged, tall, short, etc.? What's his kind of general build?
I picture him around like 5'10", I guess, average height, average build, more or less. Oh, he's definitely got a full beard and mustache. I usually mention that, but I don't think I mentioned it this time.
Okay. Oh, well, this withered-looking gentleman is Talbot of Clan Assamite. Significant help in the battle against Aisha.
Ah, yes. My apologies, mon Dieu, but you had me at a disadvantage. You are quite the hero, no?
Is he talking to Talbot?
Yes?
I don't know that I'd say hero. I did what was needed, and I was glad to do it.
Modesty as well. That is a rare gift, monsieur. Please enjoy my celebration. You are most welcome.
My gratitude.
Next up, we will have Alice. Ooh.
Okay. She will actually have dressed up because we'll say she was warned by some of the other bourgeois to wear something decent, and she'll be wearing a very cheap purple cocktail dress and heels.
Oh, God! Okay.
Yeah, so she'll approach Francis and them, and she'll greet them politely. Still slightly annoyed with the information Francis gave her last scene.
Hey, friendos, does anyone have aura sight up at the moment? Just saying, for a friend.
Yeah, probably.
Oh crap! Yes.
Yes. It's gonna be good.
Roll it, because you're gonna get something really funny for this.
Oh god, the fact that Francis's player is over there just chanting is great.
The question is, I need to ruin somebody's reputation here, and
Out of character question, Evan, are you about to screw with me?
I cannot possibly comment.
Okay, we'll have
two
that.
successes for Katya. She can get, the basic emotion, the overall.
Do you still have a shit pool for perception empathy?
Yes, she does. I've spent everything these last 2 months on Thom, so.
Valid.
I'm rolling as we speak.
Take your time. Francis, do you just have a billion successes? It's fine.
Yeah, as usual.
That's because your difficulty is, as minimal as it can get.
Yes.
It's fine though. Ask him to do anything artistic.
I have a dot-in dance now. It's good. I can do the art. I will make an attempt.
5 successes.
Oh mother. Okay. So, when Katya looks at him, he's undead, obviously. He's still cheerful. However, those of you who got multiple successes, he looks up, looks at Ellis. It's still cheerful with an undercurrent of abject, almost inhuman disgust.
Is it because her clothes are cheap?
Yep.
Well, I mean, she didn't know what was appropriate, and resources 3.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely fine. I'm just saying that literally your dress made him die on the inside. Oh, I think I need to sit down.
Is anything the matter, sir? I was not sure what was appropriate to wear, so...
What is your appearance?
A 3.
My darling, it would have been better if you had come naked.
God damn it. She goes, I don't think anyone wants to see someone of my clan naked, sir.
That is Prince.
Oh, then Prince.
Allow me to introduce, or rather, once again, he is so fixated on the horrible dress, it's actually stopping him from thinking correctly.
My prince, should I go retrieve my jacket and button it?
Immediately.
As you wish. And she'll go get her jacket, put it back on, button it, and tie the belt.
She just looks at Francis and actually, hey Francis, you're getting a telepathic phone call. Ring, 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 ring.
Hello, Moto.
Chris? Chris?
Bishop.
The person you're trying to call right now can't pick up the phone. Leave a message, please.
There he is.
Muted. He's unmuted now.
Beep.
Bishop, you're getting a psychic phone call.
Bishop. I think he's having troubles again.
I think he may or may not be having issues with his mic.
No. Obviously, it's the bad clothing thing that is running in the family. Francis is having an aneurysm right now.
I was going to say that they're all just having that. It was the bright pink cocktail dress that got me.
No bully.
Oh, there you go.
See, but he does respond.
It was dark purple.
Oh, by the way, Bishop, you're getting a psychic phone call.
Yes, I pick up the phone.
Literally all it is
Francis
That's all it
is
is.
just nodding in understanding. Like, I understand, it's okay. It's just this nod of understanding is just all that everybody sees.
Katya's going to pull her aside and, because, she brings spare outfits just in case she wants to change outfits, and she gives her spare dress.
She looks at it and she goes, "Do I even want to know how I'm supposed to put this on?"
It's simple. Go put it on.
Oh god, I'm not going to be able to breathe. That's all she mutters as she goes to find somewhere to change.
We don't need to breathe.
It's an expression.
I believe the honoured
In that case, Mr. Bond, you are up next, sir.
Sorry, I had to do the Bond theme. So anyway, perhaps in dire contrast to the previous creature that the good prince had to lay his eyes upon. Actually, come to think of it, would Derek have been able to? Would he have been able to do like a vampire lore check and find out what the prince's tastes would have been?
Not really.
I'm just throwing it out there. It doesn't matter.
He's a Toreador, but he's actually not that prolific in terms of like he doesn't have any real things that he hates per se. But not really. You'd have to know him or have interacted with him to know his tastes.
All right, fair enough. I think Derek will probably walk in. He'll probably be wearing for this occasion something by Savile Row. I'm thinking we'll go with the kind of like tweed heritage type look. Obviously, red is going to be. Well, he's not going to wear red as the primary color, but he probably might have some sort of like a red paisley tie or something like that. Just at least has some sort of red with it, with the appropriate colored undershirt and like waistcoat underneath. Hair absolutely spot on. Shoes, nothing better. He does have a specialty in his appearance, fashion sense, if that has any help.
Okay. My darling Francis, it would seem as though someone has beaten you to the punch.
Francis disagrees, but that's fine.
You're not 100% sure if he means that or he just wants to see your reaction to the statement.
He reacts in a rather jocular fashion, I suppose you could say. He'll simply respond. I'm glad that myself and Lady Essen have some competition among us nowadays. It's refreshing.
One cannot improve one's eye if one does not have something else that is possible to look upon, no?
That is very true. There must always be a bar to raise oneself beyond.
My apologies, monsieur. Who might you be?
And Derek simply smiles and gives a courteous bow for someone worthy of the prince's station. My name is Bond, Derek Bond. I'm the child of Samuel Taylor of the line of Mithras.
You're great. You're the sire of your line, and I go back some considerable ways. I do hope that he is well and prospering these nights.
I spoke with him just recently, as a matter of fact, during that whole unpleasantness involving the Sabbat and the late Lord Aishar.
For the
He
record,
allowed me to.
when you say Sabbat, the glass in the prince's hand shatters. Just
If it is
he stands up and he leaves the room. He actually physically walks out.
Considering what happened, Francis, perhaps I should be a lot more sympathetic.
Probably not the best topic of discussion.
Shame. I was about to tell him how many of their number I had dispatched into what lies beyond. Still.
I will just do one last introduction in the form of the new one, the Fidel.
Hello, I'm a pretty person.
Thank you, Az, for existing. Continue.
So, one moment, I'm trying to remember how to spoken.
You're not doing a very good job at it.
Yep.
Move your mouth and make a sound.
This is generally how to spoken.
Yep. Where are we? Because I don't know.
We are in the in Prince Villon's suite.
In the
Okay.
Hotel Imperial.
Fidel will be sticking around the edge of the room, not wanting to step in and, well, take the limelight. For those of you who have noticed this man, he is appearance 6, specialty porcelain.
Spending another willpower.
Okay. My God, you're the second prettiest person in the room. How do you feel? Actually, since the prince left, you're the prettiest person in the room.
Even more offended.
Yay! But yeah, Fidel is also wearing a suit. Granted, the suit is purple. Yes, the suit is also
F6.
The suit gets half of your appearance rounded up in it. There you go. No. For the record, Valon will return about 10-15 minutes later, having recomposed himself. There might now be a room in the other. There might now be a room off to the side that is lit. You will hear very loud banging noises.
Trash room. Got it.
As he literally destroys the room adjacent.
And Ellis has tried to sneak her way back in.
So feel free to roleplay amongst yourselves for a few minutes as the banging and crashing.
Let's take bets at how many merds are coming out. Merde.
May
I feel terribly sorry for the unfortunate Shaylange in the other room.
A necessary sacrifice. We haven't been introduced.
I don't believe we have. I've not met many people, to be fair. Fidel Paleco, at your service.
A pleasure, sir. Francis Beaumont, Seneschal of Dublin. Clan of Faroes. I'm sorry, I didn't.
God.
I didn't get your clan. I must have missed it.
Oh, apologies. I am Clan Malkavian.
Oh, you'll have to meet the Keeper of Elysium. He's also of the Broken Mirror.
And the Scourge as well.
Yes, I believe so.
The mirror has made such a name for itself here. You have quite of a legacy to live up to.
Yes, he is in the room.
The keeper and the male will know. Not a rude one, kind of just show the keeper. The keeper here, the observer of the Broken Mirror.
Keeper is in the room. Currently, he's probably slightly conversing with his +1.
I'm the +1. Hi. Sorry.
Your name is now Anais +1.
That's fine. I will accept this.
You will slowly become mathematics until only numbers remain.
I will accept
it.
I don't think I would reject all that idea. This number.
But Francis just says to Pahako, but I'm sure you're with your poise that you'll be more than ready to step up to the mantle. He smiles broadly at you because you are pretty, and Toreador care about pretties.
I've had my experience in the limelight before.
I wouldn't doubt it.
And I'm sure you will again.
He offers a rather faint smile at that. Revealing some permanent fangs.
That's impossible.
Excellent.
That's impossible.
Mm-hmm.
You
Huh?
can only
Permanent fangs caps your appearance score at 3.
Yep.
Shit.
Oof.
I can solve this.
You could just change out the flaw.
And with that, Francis's interest disperses entirely. Whoops.
There is a tear in reality.
That's the paradox kicking in right there. Yeah, so are you just going to swap that floor out? Because I assume you...
Yeah,
just
I'll
wanna
be
keep
swapping that
princess.
floor out.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
I've invested a lot into this.
I have no doubt.
You very... I respect your desire for the pretty. That takes real commitment to put so much into a dump stat. Oh. Oh dear.
You,
yes,
another individual will enter the room at this point. It is this young lady.
Screams.
Relax, it's not the same person. I just really like this picture. She has the tattoo on her face and is dressed pretty much exactly as shown, except there's an overcoat, or except it is kind of an overcoat that the shoulders are a part of, but you can see the chainmail underneath. She looks at you all with a kind of a state of disinterest in the eyes, though the eyes do flick red for a very, very, very split second.
Or perception.
Okay.
Yes, I was gonna do the same.
Yep.
3 successes.
She's a kindred. She has diablerie lines in her aura. Fun fact. She is currently very, very suspicious and aggressive.
That sounds like nothing can go wrong.
What's the difficulty of reading her aura? If it's basic, then I've got 5+ successes.
What's your level of Auspex?
5.
It's 3 for you because it's 8 minus your level of Auspex. So
Oh,
difficulty
right.
3.
Right. There you go.
Oh, there's also confusion in her aura.
We are an odd bunch, I suppose.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Francis tilts his head at curiosity, but mild discomfort at the sight of the dabblery lines. Is she just walking towards people?
No, she's interested. Her head jerks to the door through which you hear the banging noise.
Ah.
And Francis will just then simply say, "And under what pretense has a dabblerist managed to stumble onto the soiree for?"
The eyebrow goes up. My diablerie was sanctioned. Allow me to introduce myself. Mavi de Pava, the former sheriff, or the still current sheriff of Paris.
Oh, then he should know this person.
You should. No, she only got her job in the last 7 months.
Fair enough.
You are Francis Beaumont. She will walk forward and she extends her hand.
He will shake her hand.
As she puts her hand forward, you notice the fact that she has permanent talons on her fingers, more than likely the Gangrel clan flaw. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Mr. Beaumont.
Likewise, Sheriff.
My apologies. I thought that my master was in distress. He is, but I am not exactly sure if I should intercede.
Yeah,
No,
Francis's face really says it all. Like, yeah, he kind of is, but you know. As tragic as the destruction of such beloved furnishings are, I think it is best to leave the good prince to his devices for the moment. I'm sure you'll agree.
May I ask what happened?
Someone had the lack of foresight to bring up a certain sect within the presence of the good prince.
You see the tongue lick over the teeth? Like as in a kind of a moment of, oh, why would you do that? But she turns and she says, my master was captured, tortured, in more ways than one could physically ascribe, through the usages of magics, sorceries, potencies that I would not wish to contemplate. please refrain for the sake of common dignity.
Makes sense.
Hmm?
Sorry, Rothschild was muttering, and sense, common sense.
Yes, quite. My apologies. I did not mean to intrude upon your evening. I am here to see to the security precautions for this building. I only managed to escape Paris with my life under very unpleasant circumstances. So let us just gloss over that simple fact of existence for the good of everyone here for the evening. Yes?
I think everyone could agree to this.
Good. My apologies. Once again, I am at everyone's service. If you require anything, you have but to ask. She bows and she steps. She doesn't leave the room, but she steps off to the side in the room.
That was
Francis briefly
interesting.
contemplates on whether he wants the sheriff to fetch Alice or not.
Oh, Katya's going to do it. She is going over, linking arms with Ellis and pulling her back over. Let's go. I didn't give you this dress for nothing.
Are there books in the room?
Yes, there will be two large bookshelves that are adjacent to a crackling fire that is set in the hearth.
I mean,
Mel will look to the books, see if there's anything like there are history books. Or isn't even related to history.
These aren't necessarily the prince's books. You just see that they're just furnishings in the room. So none of the books are particularly of interest for any kind of real historical or mystical purposes. They are more so just like fiction books. Some of them are old. So a lot of them are older books, but they're older decorative books, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Mel will sigh and just goes back to the middle of the room.
Yeah, when you walk over to the bookcase trying to inspect the books, you'll be joined by the keeper, equally interested in knowing what kind of books are here. He literally puts his finger next to the books and just simply goes off by the title in a very, very quick fashion, and just then shrugs and says, "Crap."
Indeed. He'll just smile.
You are as well fond of books like I?
Books record history. I am fond of history.
Ah. So, is that written history or true history? I can't tell the difference after the many books I've written. Read.
If you... he'll smile. I like to... Well, when it comes to things I was not here for, I like to read different books to try to discern what was probably the truth from different information given.
Yes, always cross-reference, isn't it? Ah. If you ever are interested in reading interesting books, you're welcome to visit me at the estate.
And he'll just nod. Thank you. I think I will take you up on this offer.
Rothschild gives him a smile, then goes over all the books again and makes his way back to Anais.
She would have watched the books from a little bit of a distance, but already kind of decided that there was probably nothing that would really interest her.
Yeah, Jason. If you want to drop, you can drop. If you're falling asleep, don't worry about it.
All right, cheers, man.
Sleep well.
I will. Yep.
But yes, Katya has linked arms with Ellis and is dragging her back over to the rest of the group.
If it helps, mademoiselle, the sheriff will say, looking at Alice, I'll have that dress burned.
It is not my property, so I would prefer not to anger the primogen.
Not the one you're currently wearing, the one you have just removed.
No, I spent $40 on it. I would prefer to keep it.
Oh shit! You're really saying this? Rothschild is literally rubbing the bridge of his nose, like, oh my god, you did just not say that.
I see. At which point you will see the sheriff reach into the pocket of the fur-trimmed coat, remove a wallet, throw a 50 down on the floor. Well, you've now made a profit, and I can remove an eyesore.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, dear sheriff.
This was a current style. It worked.
Thank you, dear sheriff.
As the sheriff friends would walk past Alexander, he would simply say, I would have given 100 just to get that out of his sight.
My master has undergone quite enough trauma without needing to deal with that.
Yes, I think nobody would like to deal with that. Thank you very much.
It's just a dress, Alice mutters.
It's a terrible dress, dear.
And you have no idea how to the clan of a rose something that decreases from the aesthetic is offensive, my dear.
Well, I'm not a rose, so I would not know the inner workings of your minds.
Yes, but you came.
At which point you call the gangrel a Tory.
Their minds. There.
Mel will just look at her. Yes, but you came to her party hosted by a famous rose.
And I tried to dress, as the shopkeeper called it, the current trend.
I tell you what, if you would like, I will have the shopkeeper shot.
No. We don't need that level of violence in this situation.
I must say that gentleman has done you a great disservice. In fact, I should not call him a gentleman more than I should call him a scoundrel and rapscallion.
He doesn't have to be violent, coming over so quickly. He wouldn't even notice.
Can I just point out the level of fashion shade is amazing.
I'm sure.
I live for this.
I mean, in all honesty, if the keeper hadn't dressed on ice, he would have probably have shown up in about as much fashion sense as Alice. So, where everybody's making comments, the Kiyosita is just standing there and listening and trying to learn from this, but doesn't really care on the other hand.
The custom-made designer dress was well worth the $10,000 I spent on that shit.
What? I could have bought a lot for that, but
She'll kind of watch the gangrel take the dress as she hands it. I guess I'm down to only owning one dress then.
Oh dear, you can keep that one. I don't wear a dress twice.
Also, if this dress is indeed from the same proprietor as the last individual, I feel as though I should do a humanitarian service and destroy it also.
Oh, no. It's a dress I will never be able to wear that was given to me.
So you're saying that you possessed a dress that you could have feasibly worn and yet chose to wear the small?
It was not appropriate for this event.
As you say. That's all she will say before she leaves.
All she muttered is, I am not wearing a wedding dress to a Torador event.
That would have been hilarious, though.
I would have paid money to see that.
Well, I dare say you owe the Primogen a great deal for this beautiful life preserver.
Yes, I do.
Francis will definitely receive a smile from Rothschild. That life preserver line was priceless.
How much should I pay you for this permission?
Given how much it cost me, is probably more than what you make in a year. We'll say just A minor boon should be fine.
She flinches some in the eyebrows. Very well.
As Alex walks, no, Rothschild will actually walk over to Alex as she is approaching and will simply say, we'll have to talk about your resource management soon if you want to. I'm sure we can get your salary up somewhat.
Is he saying that to me?
Yes.
Okay. She'll go, yes, it just kind of, I work in law enforcement, so it's kind of wherever it happens, it happens.
I guess in that case we can increase it even higher. With your choice of clothing, I assumed that it would be security of something like such. But law enforcement, that's interesting.
It is at this moment that the door will open and the prince will emerge again from the antechamber. Interestingly enough, not a hair is out of place on his head, but if you look behind him, the room is destroyed.
Oh my, it looks like an earthquake hit in there, is all she's gonna whisper.
You will see his eye twitch. Because you have brought up the fact that he went into frenzy in his presence.
Shut up.
Etiquette. Lessons in etiquette. Noted.
First, she wears an abomination, a contrivance of the eye to my party, and then she makes reference. He just looks at Francis and he will just say, "Deal with this." Assuming Bishop is there.
Yeah, I
He
think
might be
he's
having mic issues.
He's definitely having mic issues today.
Hello.
We can
Yeah,
hear
I
you now.
heard that, but really quiet.
Katya, for her part, is going to go grab champagne and bring it to the prince in an effort to calm him down a little bit.
Ellis and her heart will immediately shut up.
For the record, if you guys are still looking at him under aura perception, like when she made the comment, he just goes to straight fury. Because it's one thing to have a faux pas, which is basically what he had. He lost control. But to point it out to him, or to point it out in public, is another thing entirely.
Whispering to herself, and she didn't know what happened. She wasn't in the room when it happened.
That's fine.
You wanna challenge its Auspex rating on the fact that it could hear you or not?
Maybe.
I think he's got
Well, we heard.
Very well. In that case, you are a member of what clan, mademoiselle?
Alex, you're muted.
She is of the rabble, my prince.
I'm sorry. You guys all roboted on my end for a moment there.
Oh, hang on. Bishop, do you exist again?
Yes, I do.
Alright, he basically said, he looked at you and he said, Francis, deal with this.
Yeah, what is it he specifically wanted me to do? Like, can I get
Basically,
a quick
Jessica pointed out the fact that he went into frenzy, and
Mhm.
it really offended, because it's one thing to have a faux pas or to have a slip up, but it's another thing to have other people reference the slip up. So he got very offended, and he just basically said, first you come into my party dressed in an abhorrence to the eye, now you have, then he kind of went, clenched his fist and said, Francis, deal with this.
Yeah. Oh god. I don't know if I'm supposed to just kick her out, chastise her, or kill her.
Yeah, like literally, she looks still uncomfortable in the dress. She's actually crossed her arms, and it's like a cross between a defensive and a awkwardness of while looking at the room, because Kaya has informed me it is probably just as revolting as the one she's wearing. So she's just kind of staring at Francis and the prince now.
You would assume. I tell you what, Francis, would you like to make me an intelligence politics roll?
Yes, I'm bad at this. Why am I bad at this?
I mean, if Francis kills her here, he'll dirty his floor with dirty poor people's blood.
Not the blood of poor.
Oh dear.
I would like to make a note. I am loving this scene so far.
Likewise. Politics. Okay, I'm spending a lot of willpower this scene. Fuck me.
Standard difficulty.
Oh, fuck.
How bad is it?
One sec. Okay, get a success.
You assume chastise.
Oh no, it's 3 successes. Sorry.
Okay, you assume you are definitely sure he wants you to chastise her. The Toreador tend to like displays of punishment to be public and wordy, if that makes sense. So he's basically
painful.
Socially castigating. Yeah, castigating. Yeah.
Oh god, I have to be witty.
Or you can just be brutally blunt. Or you can smack her. I don't know, whatever the fuck you want to do.
You're essential. You can tell somebody else to do it.
I'm just waiting for Francis. He's got to think really hard that he's accidentally just going to devolve into absolute chabbery and just be like, yeah, ma. Just leave it at that.
He just walks up to her and just goes, "The prince fucked your mum," walks away. No, god damn it. Okay, let me think here. So how's she look right now? Like you said, she looked uncomfortable, right?
She looks extremely uncomfortable in being in that dress that the Primogen gave her.
Extremely.
I believe cat in water would be a good way to describe how she's feeling.
Fitting.
And looking.
Bishop, I'm gonna type something to you.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I was actually going to go walk up to her and say something, but yeah, let's do it. Oof. I don't want to get blood on my clothes.
Oh, see, do I need to start preparing certain Bruges rolls for this?
Yep.
The answer to that, maybe, probably.
Okay, and she's got that dress on, right? Does she have a jacket on?
Katya
would not have allowed her to put that jacket on over
I'm
her
assuming
dress.
the Primogen would have pulled the jacket off.
Okay.
For the record, Francis, I will say this. You also get the feeling this is some kind of test.
I know. I hate this. So he just
So sad because Francis and her got along so well last scene.
now, well, you're dressed poorly, so fuck you.
Fuck you too.
So he's going to walk up to her. And he's just going to say, Alice, my dear.
Francis, Seneschal.
Allow me to give you some advice, or rather, assist you. You're going to go outside. You're going to leave this room. You're going to straighten up, relax a little, re-enter this room, reintroduce yourself to the prince, beg for his forgiveness, and do whatever he wishes in order to earn that forgiveness.
God damn it!
And make use of that wonderful life preserver that Trimiprimagin has given you before I drown you in it.
It was so good.
I think I need to make a frenzy.
Yes, you do.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
you're Bruja.
I know. I'm trying to see.
It is going to be I'm going to be generous. It's going to be difficulty 8. It's going to be difficulty 6, which becomes difficulty 8. Welcome to being a Bruja.
I've played a Bruja before. Oh God. Oh God. Her willpower is only 2.
It's not willpower.
It's not willpower, it's
Okay,
self-control.
Self-control.
Where's your self-control? There it is. It's a 3.
Oh my god, it's only
much
3.
better.
So is it just self-control? Is there anything else I add?
Just
It
self-control.
is just self-control.
Oh God. This isn't gonna be pretty.
For you.
Do it. You also can't spend willpower to mitigate this.
Huh?
You are incapable of spending a willpower on this roll.
Oh, I know. I know that much.
Okay. Difficulty 8, roll the bones.
I'm typing it in now. Stop jinxing me, by the way.
I'm bouncing, by the way.
Oh god.
Oh
no.
God
Ooh.
damn it.
Not the only one who
Did
is
you
good
want
at
her to swing at
combat.
you, Bishop?
Kind of, yeah.
She got 1 success. You see her start clenching her fist, and she stops, and she goes, "A true philosopher does not lose their temper. I will step out, Seneschal," and steps out of the room.
Ah, a true philosopher may not, but the rabble will always clamor.
Oh God, don't say that to her, please, Evan.
No,
Was that another insult in public?
that may in fact be another insult.
Oh,
Oh,
shit. I have to do another roll. God damn it.
Yep.
You're doing this on purpose.
Yes.
Yes.
This might be.
Well,
I think it's time for a test of a game.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
it's like the prince trying to like get her angry enough they fight fuck or something.
I mean, not really.
She's app 3. I think she might be a little too low appearance for
I mean, realistically, he's the people he might fuck at this party are he might fuck Katya or he might fuck Francis. He's still making up his mind.
I was making a joke there mainly.
I mean,
I'm
he
okay.
can always take both of them back to his room.
So once the prince says that she will stop walking, take 2 deep breaths, even though she can't actually breathe. It's like she's doing it, and then continue on.
It's making you no less buoyant, dear.
Stop! I'm not gonna make you passed 2 frenzy checks. I'm not gonna make you roll again. You were.
This is fun. This is fun.
We'll do this at a social together later, okay?
Quit
So-
fucking the Bruja!
So you re-enter the room. At which point, Valon, he's standing up this time. He's actually physically standing. And he will look at you and he will say, "Ah, yes, and who might this be?"
I'm Alice Moore. I am an ancilla of Clan Bruja.
Oh, I see. That's very interesting. He looks to Katya and he says, "You, my darling, have exquisite taste. You know that, yes?"
Of course I do, but a compliment from yourself is always appreciated, my prince.
However, it is not done to put a pig in a silk dress. At which point, he flicks his wrist, and you see a tiny knife come from his hand, and he cuts the dress down the center of her body.
God damn it, Evan. Guess who's gonna make another frenzy check?
Literally, he cuts the dress from the bust, so the knife goes between the breasts, down the, basically very, very neatly, down the over the navel. He doesn't actually physically cut you, but he cuts the dress to the point that it falls off your shoulders.
What difficulty is this frenzy check?
You'd be amazed what you could do for the record when you've got Celerity 7. The answer is a lot of things.
Francis will just say, well, nudity was always on the table.
The answer to that is going to be I'll let other people say, guys. What level of public humiliation is literally being?
Public humiliation is difficulty 8.
Oh,
That means
good
this
to
is
know.
a diff 10 check.
It's explicitly listed as diff 8. Yeah, it's a diff 10 check for Bruja.
Oh, god damn it.
So, preparing initiative.
Ellis may die. God.
Ah, she
Oh,
won't.
god damn it. Fuck.
I
Wait.
may have one ability that might solve this.
Yeah, so do I. I think we have the same.
I might have
Passion
something
will
else.
not pull them out of frenzy.
No.
I'm gonna do it.
There is animalism 3.
Yeah, I was going to say you need animalism 3 to do it. I let somebody do it once with Dominic because they got like a stupid amount of successes.
That was me.
Oh, was it? Okay, yeah, no, you need animalism 3 to yank somebody out of frenzy. But
Yeah, you let me do
I
it
was gonna
because
say.
stupid successes.
So, do we want to roleplay this out?
Yes, bear in mind, you can still start. Oh, wait, hang on. You only have like 2 willpower, don't you?
Yes.
Oh, dear. Yes, so what happens? He cuts the clothing off you.
As soon as the dress falls, she starts to snarl like a beast almost and lunges at him.
Uh-oh.
That's why I said she was about to die, basically.
Katya's eyes just widen.
And no offense, I'm not sure if their eye color changes during the frenzy. I can't remember, but it's apparent she's in a frenzy.
Your eye color doesn't really change, but you do kind of become animalistic and ravid.
Yeah.
You can spend a point of willpower to restrain yourself, and then roll your self-control to try.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a point for that because I really don't want to actually be aggressive towards him. I think the worst I would do is tear his outfit, which is just as bad for a Torador.
For the record, in the turn that she is spending willpower, you can see that she has entered frenzy and is attempting to control herself. What do you do in that 6 seconds of action?
Of course, I forgot to space.
So, hang on, guys. Do any of you take actions during the 6 seconds that she is trying to control herself?
Yeah. Go ahead first, Francis.
Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna restrain her and,
Mel will also grab her.
Talbot is going to rip apart a bar stool to try to make a steak.
Okay.
I'm debating whether or not to use Voice of Madness to just flip it on its head and put her in Roderick.
Katya could always forgetful mind her.
Hang on. What were you saying, Sasuke? Because you spoke first.
No, it's fine. I can wait. In the end, we all got to say our thing, right? So now
Yeah.
Anais is just gonna stand between the Bruja and the prince because she's not gonna do anything, but she'll be a living obstacle.
Mhm.
But yeah, Kachi could forgetful mind her and get rid of the memory of what just happened.
The
Wouldn't.
prince he locks eyes with the Bruja, and I'm going to roll some dice. I believe the difficulty of this roll is 7.
For the record,
Forgetful
Rothschild
mind.
is not doing anything. He's just enjoying the show.
That was just my prep roll with the willpower for restraining, by the way.
By the way, the difficulty to do the restraint is difficulty 6.
Well, then I will change that roll.
It's fine. You got 3 successes. Give me just a second to get his charisma. Oh my Jesus! And his intimidation, which is another oh my Jesus stat.
I feel like this is the
Command or
perfect.
forgetful mind.
He's doing Animalism 3.
Ah,
I feel like this is the perfect time for the hashtag murdered by words.
Yes, and this is the perfect time to hashtag Evan and I like to fuck with each other in scenes.
He will literally, he looks at you, and all he will say in a commanding voice is down, dog.
God damn it, Evan.
It snaps you out of your frenzy immediately.
Not even a down doggy. Damn it.
yeah, literally just shoves the beast back in its cage.
You mean I don't get to rip the prince's outfit as revenge?
I mean, if you rip his outfit, he will start using, he will do something to you that might be horrible and permanent.
That means this poor stool died for nothing.
Ha.
It knows what it did. It's alright. You know what? Talbot, will Talbot ever say no to another free steak?
Gee.
If he keeps this, it's the first steak he has.
Hooray!
She is literally the glare she is giving. She's restrained herself. It's apparent she's restrained herself like right before he commanded it. It was apparent.
No, it wasn't. You need 5 successes to restrain yourself.
I spent a willpower also.
Yeah, but you still only had 3 successes.
Fuck you.
No, 4 successes. You
that.
weren't actually restrained. So what the prince does is he walks towards you, and he strokes your face softly with his hands, like with the back of his hands, and he says, My, so willful. That has always been a trait of the Bruja. They've always been willful. Ever since you were philosopher kings, before you forgot what philosophy was, you have been willful.
I'm trying so hard to fight back her shit talking because of his position.
I mean, you can shit talk him if you want. I would totally shit talk him right about now, but then again, I do not always make smart character decisions.
Yeah,
Bella's really enjoying this.
no, she's just the glare if looks could kill.
Oh, if Luke could killed, you'd be dead already.
Oh, no shit.
I'm being mean, I'm sorry.
Slightly change the
Grandsire has brought up.
topic.
No, what he does is, just for the record to end this, and once again to kind of get Jessica to quote-unquote safety, what he does is he just says, this bores me. He grabs Jessica by the throat and throws her out the window.
I
And
love when we play out rivalries, Evan.
Literally, what happens is there's a window in the room, and it leads down into a small garden, a small walled garden at the back of the hotel for some of their elite guests. As he is staying, he's taken all of the rooms the elite guests have access to. You will hit the ground in a garden about 20, 25 feet below, take like 5 bashing damage that will be halved and you can soak.
And your butt naked.
Mhm.
God damn it.
Talbot will casually pull the curtains closed. Literally,
nice
like
dab
no
there,
emotion
Talbot.
at all. Just like it's his job to pull curtains closed. That's what he does.
That's some class right there. You get 10
At least
points
she
to
still
clan
had her
Asselite.
coat in hand.
Literally, the Francis will remember that.
Oh my god, that was, on a side note, that was just so Toreador and perfect, and I loved everything about it.
You're welcome.
Thank you, that was amazingly good fun.
I actually assumed, based on what you had told me of this a little bit, this was going to happen, so.
But yeah, if you actually want to have a rivalry with this guy, feel free. Hell, Diablerize him, take his delicious blood.
I would love to take that delicious blood inside my Bruja any day.
I will eat you back.
Albert, you are almost as proficient. Well, I'm impressed.
Sorry about that. I wanted to ask: did he like break the window by throwing it, or was the window open?
The window, basically, it's a large bay window, so the window was open. He literally just threw her through it.
Oh, you don't realise
there's a window. I have also
using a mad. The window was closed, and he used his mad celerity, threw her, run over, opened the window because he liked that window, let her fly out, and then return back to the position.
That's literally some Temporis bullshit right there, but okay, you know what? Fuck it, why not?
Yes, 38, man, that's crazy.
Beg your pardon?
38 allows you to do that. I'm not even joking. It's cool time out of time.
I fucking love it. I love everything about it.
In that case, yes, my elf will close the window then, so that the prince doesn't have to do it.
No, mon dieu, mon dieu. I must apologize.
So, are we getting dinner with the show?
I beg your pardon? I didn't hear what the last person said.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Jesse, you're gonna have to repeat yourself. None of us heard what you said.
Oh, he mutters, do we get dinner with the show? I mean, consider... He's just throwing around some shade, that's all.
I must say that where I come from, the young ones are taught respect from a young age. What happened with that one is a travesty. Oh, well, c'est la vie.
She could have at least done a somersault on the way down.
Monsieur Talbot, for your amusing display, I will owe you a minor boon.
My gratitude, thank you.
Bon. What can I say? It has been too long since I have had suitable amusement.
Quite a show it has been.
Absolument, darling grandchild. Absolument. So, I said that I would gather you here in order to see something of the artistic style of the Kent of the Dublin. Is there anyone here who would present something to me? He sits back down on his small sofa.
Francis will sit with him.
Katya is going to bring them both a glass of champagne.
Ah, darling, thank you.
Why, thank you, dear.
Of course. It's only polite.
So, Does anyone have something to show? Anyone at all? I tell you what, let us make this interesting. If you can impress me, it will be worth a major gain.
I think I'm
Well,
going to change into something more appropriate.
Oh my. But you're so lovely as you are, as it stands, monsieur.
Even so, I cannot stand in, well, the face of your beauty.
Oh, well, very well. You may take any of the other suites to change into whatever attire you feel is more appropriate for your performance.
Excellent.
I must admit, I'm very curious.
So anyway, Fidel will disappear and, well, return shortly later.
As he goes, because clairvoyance actually allows me to split my senses and allows me to scry on someone. I'm just gonna make a roll and see how poor Alice is doing.
She's picked herself up probably at this point.
Yeah, I think I need to roll because I'll just make the roll first. Because if I fail, I fail. Okay. Standard diff.
I think Alice taking a slight break.
If everybody's thinking, Talbot can do his acrobatic dance now if you want.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think I missed the scry on poor Alice.
Did you succeed in scrying?
Yeah, I got 4 successes, so I have about half a minute on her.
She's probably just picking herself up and basically going and attempting to grab some clothing from more than likely like the kitchen staff or something.
Mild amusement.
More Talbot shade in the chat. So as they are all waiting, for one to get dressed, for other to plan their performance, Rothschild will bring out a folder. The folder itself doesn't look particularly nice or beautiful or whatever. However, within the folder, the prince can see several photographs of buildings he designed.
He takes the folder and he sits there. He looks through it like very, very painstakingly. Like he takes his sweet ass time looking at each picture in detail. He is drinking in the angles and the stylings of everything. He doesn't talk, so basically he will do this process For about 30 minutes, he will just look at each photo painstakingly before he will close the book, and he will give a single nod of approval.
Thank you for your approval, my prince. The offer I give to you extra as a gift is whenever you desire, you, free of charge, can ask for a building designed by myself.
I cannot allow such a gift to go unanswered, so I would be more than glad to be reciprocal to you in this matter. How would you say? You said, darling Francis, that the shattered mirror had been given great honor within your city, no?
We aim to please, my prince.
Yes, indeed, they have.
What gift is within my benefice that I may bestow upon such a gentleman who would make such a grand gift to me? I cannot be left giving something of non-equiescent value. You see him tap his chin with his finger as he appears to be thinking.
Francis considers this as well, although the player has absolutely no clue on this one.
Are you a man who enjoys art, Monsieur Rothschild?
I do on occasion.
I will give you a single piece from my own private collection. A gift.
You're welcome to view the gift as soon as I give it a grand place at my home estate.
I would be delighted. Unfortunately, I may be in the plan for some time, though fortunately many of my assets are, well, I lost the art that was kept in my own haven, unfortunately, but that was just the tip of my collection. Something by Rembrandt, perhaps. You seem like an individual who enjoys the old masters.
Indeed, I do enjoy the old masters. You are correct in your observance.
They still think
Anything
that
from
many,
a sorry.
he says, they still think that many of the portraits that hang in the Louvre are originals. They are mistaken, of course. I have had the originals for decades.
I've heard of the prowess of your collection, and I understand that even the Germans got it wrong in 1945, trying to get things. Well, all things were gone yet.
Yes, but if you consider it like this, Gustav Einstein is dead, and I'm alive. So I think that I stand the test of time better than him and his false ideologies.
Exactly.
For the record, for those of you who don't know, Gustav Einstein was the former Prince of Berlin, and he was
Yep.
pretty important in the rise of Nazi Germany.
Usually,
He was also a guy. This is one thing that I never understood about the gentleman gamer, Matt Dawkins. Gustav Einstein was his favorite NPC, which really made me question, dude.
It's just because he's a ruthless asshole.
Yeah. But so with that in mind, Az, you may now return in your costume.
Fidel would walk in his rather impressive jester outfit, something that he is kept very particularly prized and very well kept.
You wouldn't happen to have one of those for Miss Moore, would you?
I could dig around in a costume shop, perhaps.
You may. I just may need to invest.
Fidel would slowly make his way over to the window, going to open the curtain, just taking a moment to judge and plan exactly what he's going to do.
That, sir, would be up to you.
I'm going to assume there is something I can use to perform acrobatics, otherwise this is going to be fucking useless.
There's a chandelier.
What about that little bar you mentioned?
There's also that.
Also,
Let me give you some advice. How about a running start to vault onto the bar, to somersault backwards, catching onto the chandelier, swinging from that, and then landing in front of the fireplace?
That sounds like a plan.
Okay. We're going to do this in steps. So first of all, roll me your dexterity, either performance, acrobatics, or athletics. What's your celerity?
This will be with performance, since I've invested a shit ton in that.
Okay. That makes it better.
I'm going to assume Daredevil does not apply in this situation.
No, not here. You're not risking your life.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking of jumping out the window.
I mean, we could light the room on fire, but it doesn't seem worth it.
Certainly not. What difficulty are we saying?
For the first step, standard diff.
Alright, so that goes down to 4 because cat-like balance.
I love how your name is Liam, who didn't spoil Endgame.
Well, before it was like the second best Liam, and I was like, what the fuck? I took offense. That is 8 successes.
Okay, that is right. He jumps. He does a running start. He vaults onto the bar. At which point, roll me another check. Difficulty is now going to be 7 to basically do the backflip, which will get reduced to 5.
That is 5 successes.
Okay. He somersaults gracefully through the air, doing a backflip in midair, and now roll me the last one, difficulty 8, reduced to 6, to swing and land from the chandelier.
And that is 4.
You managed to do so, and you land gracefully on your feet.
He completes it with a bow.
My, what an interesting Harlequin.
I also do birthday parties.
How very interesting. And you're a Malkavian.
Indeed I am.
Once again, it seems as though the clan of the Broken Rose outdo themselves in this city when it comes to artistic endeavors.
Did he say broken rose?
Broken rose or broken mirror, my friend?
Broken mirror. My brain is dead today.
I mean, I'm pretty enough to be both.
He is kind of.
Indeed.
I did love how Bishop phrased it, though. I respect somebody for putting all those points in the dubstep. I'm building a Dark Ages fucking Tornado at the moment, and once again, fucking dubstep, you know. With that in mind, he nods his head appreciatively and he'll say, "And what would you have of me for your little display?"
He seems to ponder that for a moment, certainly thinking very carefully. That is quite the question, though, for me. I simply enjoy being in such esteemed presence.
He flatters, but I cannot allow such a display of daring do to go for nothing. Very well. I know what I will give you, my friend. He will depart for a few moments. He enters into the rooms that he occupies. Not sure if it's just the room he sleeps in, but he returns a few moments later, and he's got a very old-looking box in his hands. A box that appears to be very dusty and very heavy with age. And he will put it down on the table, and he will slide it across to you, and he'll say, "Consider this my gift."
You are too generous, my lord.
Do you look in the box?
Yes.
Okay. Inside the box, you see something that's pretty interesting. You find a deck of cards, and the first card you pick up, it's the Fool Tarot card. But it's beautifully painted. It's one of those cards that is hand painted and has been luxuriated over for an immensely long period of time. You'd say if this is a tarot deck, it's easily a century and a half old.
Wow.
Do you consider this to be a fair price for your entertainment?
Fidel would be almost lost for words as he seems almost entranced by the cards, doing like his head tilting slightly to the side as he admires it.
Perfect. 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 Your city has much to surprise me, grandchild.
I can only hope. I only hope it can offer more.
Indeed it can.
After all, I consider the. Oh, sorry.
He will say, "Ladies and gentlemen, I will give you a piece of forewarning. Because you have entertained me this evening, Dublin is to play host in the upcoming nights to an interesting event." He smiles as he leans back in the couch. He says, "The representatives of the inner council are coming here in order to discuss the plans for the repulsion of the Sabbat filth from my domains."
Francis steeples his hands and considers this. Does this mean he has to send them invites too now, Evan?
Beg your pardon?
Does he have to send the council invites now?
I mean, depends when you do the party.
We're gonna do the party like when we get back from LARP, I think.
Then yes.
Fine. You're not gonna be playing any of them anyway.
Why do you say that?
Because we gave you like 24 NPCs to play.
I know, right? And for the record, Saskia, if you wanted to do something, yeah, feel free. He'll have said the thing. You can do your performance, and then he will have said what he said. My bad.
I mean, it's not. No. It's fine. Like I was just kind of like I didn't want anyone to everybody to talk over each other, so I was just waiting. And she doesn't really have a thing, but she has a bottle that she will present to the prince.
He'll hold the bottle in his hands.
Mhm. I am afraid that performances are not really my cup of tea, as they say here. But I could offer you a performance in a bottle. This is a blended vintage. It holds the. I have called it the melancholy of 4 generations. It is actually not 4 generations, though, but 3. It is one of the bottles that I managed to take with me from Bordeaux. It holds a mixture of a grandmother who feels her life fading and looks back, the woman who loses her mother, a teenager who experiences her first heartbreak, and the crying of a young child for their mother.
His eyebrow raises at that. It is not a performance. Not you are the one who has won the major boon from me.
She is gonna hide her surprise at that.
Ultimately, do you have any idea how many paintings I have seen? How many dances I have been to? How many concerts I have heard? But you have given me something truly unique. And when you're as old as I am, you value the concepts of the unique. You savor the individual.
Anais is kind of lost for words, so she will just simply bow extremely deeply and steps away, feeling very awkward at this.
He holds up the bottle. He doesn't drink it. The sheriff will step 2 steps forward, collect the bottle, and puts it on a small table. You don't know if he's going to drink it or if he's going to add it to a collection, but the bottle exists.
Okay.
For the record, he does seem like a collector of things. He definitely seems like I collect things.
Mm-hmm.
But as I have said, inner council will be here in order to discuss how it is that France may be retaken from the Sabbath field. I have no doubt that some of you may be called upon in order to speak before them as it pertains to your own particular knowledges of these threats and individuals. But we shall see in time. Always in time.
Francis looks around, gauges the key seat with aura perception briefly, because I've been using it all scene, so I might as well use it for this person. I only get 1 success, so I know that you're a vampire. Fuck that.
I am still a vampire.
Liam, who didn't spoil. Wow. I just saw your username in the chat, Liam.
Oh, it's vicious.
Savage, Jesus. Wow.
Well, other Liam's is I think the better Liam.
They're both pretty round.
But Francis will just kind of lean back into the sofa as he just says, "What a fantastic evening!" As he just looks to Anais. I knew I was right about you.
Was there ever any doubt?
Valid point.
I can assure you there are many doubts about my existence in the city.
Well, anyone who takes issue with you, my dear, must now take issue with me.
Thank you, my
Francis
prince.
smiles and tilts his head at Anais, as if to say, "Congratulations, friend." it's kind of like it's weird. It's a little bit. It's kind of teasing and slightly sinister.
And I think at that point, that is a good place to end our scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene in Darkness in Dublin. Have a pleasant evening.